We're here today at Pillsbury Elementary School in Minneapolis to launch the Minnesota School Breakfast Challenge. The School Breakfast Challenge is a challenge to schools to increase their participation of school breakfast among low-income students. So our challenge program offers a 10-cent per meal incentive for schools to increase their participation of school breakfast over the prior school year. We're also here at Pillsbury Elementary to highlight their school breakfast program. So what this school does is a very innovative way called Breakfast in the Classroom, where they allow kids to come through the line here, grab their breakfast, and then go eat it in the classroom. This enables us to increase their instructional time, it enables more kids to get breakfast more easily, and enables them to get a healthy, nutritious start to the school day.
I'm Ellie Lucas, and I'm the Chief Campaign Officer for Hunger Free Minnesota. And Hunger Free Minnesota is a statewide campaign dedicated to fighting hunger in our communities. As a coalition of community leaders, nonprofit agencies, food banks, and corporations, we are striving to close the 100 million missing meal gap that is present in our state. Today we are here to focus on feeding our kids so that they experience a healthy start to learning. Joining me this morning is Lieutenant Governor Yvonne Prettner, Solon, Michael Thomas, Associate Superintendent, Minneapolis Public Schools, and Laura Cavander, principal of our wonderful site today, Pillsbury Elementary School. Data shows that eating a nutritious breakfast might be even more important than lunch in predicting improved school performance. Kids who eat school breakfast are less likely to miss school, they do better in math, and they are 20% more likely to graduate from high school, setting them up for all the advantages staying in school can offer. Recognizing the proven link between school breakfast and achievement, Hunger Free Minnesota and the Midwest Dairy Council are launching a statewide school breakfast challenge to increase participation in the school breakfast program among Minnesota students. The program will provide a financial incentive to schools of 10 cents per meal. This is to increase the number of meals that are being served. This is an excellent example of the kinds of things that we're trying to do in terms of encouraging kids and interacting with them through the process and making sure that they get a healthy start to the day. In partnership with our schools, we hope we can lend support and financial resources to help kids experience a nutritious start every day. We are committed to making sure that every student is ready to learn, and school breakfast is an excellent place to start. Now I'd like to introduce our Lieutenant Governor.
Well, I'm glad to be here at Pillsbury Elementary this morning. Hunger is too important for us to ignore. Its impact on education is too detrimental for us to leave unchecked. The administrators, the teachers, and the nutrition and cafeteria staff here at Pillsbury deserve our praise for their efforts to address hunger. Efforts like these are critical to alleviating hunger and nutrition problems and ensuring that every child is ready to learn every day. Far too often we think about hunger in terms of numbers, the number of meals, the number of programs, or the number of dollars. But hunger should be measured in terms of people, especially when we're talking about children. In our state, children are far more likely to suffer the effects of poverty and hunger. Minnesota has more than 200,000 children who go hungry every year. And research from the American School Health Association shows that poor nutrition among school-aged children relates to poorer class performance, more missed schools, and a direct decline in academic performance. In fact, the Center for American Progress found absenteeism and high school dropouts attributable to hunger cost American kids $19.2 billion in lifetime career earnings. Troublingly, only 40% of low-income children eligible for free or reduced breakfasts are being served. This means that up to 29 million school breakfasts are being missed by Minnesota school children. We can do better. We can do better for the children here at Pillsbury Elementary and for their peers across Minnesota. To help all children access breakfast, the state of Minnesota is partnering with Hunger Free Minnesota, the Midwest Dairy Council, and the Children's Defense Fund of Minnesota to challenge schools across Minnesota to increase the number of school breakfasts they serve to low-income students. And as an added incentive, as Ellie was saying, the top 30 Minnesota schools will receive 10 cents for every new breakfast beyond what was served last year. In 1965, Minnesota's beloved Vice President Hubert Humphrey told an audience, "This is the first generation in all of recorded history that can do something about the scourge of hunger, of poverty. We have the means to do it. We can banish hunger from the face of the earth." Initiatives like this one provide us a great opportunity to begin realizing that admirable dream. Thank you.
I want to just take this opportunity to thank the Governor's Office and Hunger Free Minnesota and the Children's Defense Fund and all of our community partners who are with us today. And this is a great event to highlight the importance of breakfast in our schools, but also one of the most important opportunities for us to engage in learning. No matter how effective you are as a teacher or as a school administrator, if we have students who are hungry, their ability to learn is going to be compromised. And so it's really up to us, thank you, it's really up to us to ensure that we are nourishing the minds. When I was a principal, they would always ask me, Mr. Thomas, how did you get so tall? And I used to always say, I ate a great breakfast, drank lots of milk, and I ate my vegetables. But the piece that I wanted to emphasize with my students, both at the elementary and secondary level, is that having a good balanced meal and a nutritious meal is absolutely critical to your success, lifelong success. And the partnerships that we have here this morning in helping kids who might not have the opportunity to get a great balanced meal in the morning, this is one way that we exemplify our commitment with our community partners to ensure that. So on behalf of our superintendent, we thank you, our community partners, for this engagement this morning, and I'll turn it over with our principal, Ms. Laura Cavander.
I just want to say welcome and thank you to all of the groups that are here today. We want you in our schools, we want you to see what's going on, and we support and so thank you for your support in all that you do for our children. Breakfast in the classroom is just one of the pieces that are really, truly important for our children. Breakfast in the classroom does as I see it, about 4 things right now for our students. One is that it increases our instructional time in the classroom. Prior to this, students came in and they had breakfast in here. And it seemed to take quite a bit of time before we could get them all cleaned up and over to their classroom, losing quite a bit of instructional time. And through doing this, we're able to get the students into the classroom. They eat quickly. Most of the teachers have a morning meeting. The kids want to be involved in that, so they eat quickly and then they get right into the work. One of the other things that it does for our students, more of our students are eating breakfast than ever before. You saw quite a large group come through. In about 5 or 10 minutes, we will have another 150 students, our kindergartners and our high 5 students, that will come in and get breakfast. So you can see it's a large number of students that are getting their breakfast. When they have their breakfast, then they're able to really think and learn. I think another thing that's really important about it is they're getting a chance to try different foods. Today they had some peaches, they had some oranges, they had a breakfast burrito. Other days they have all kinds of different fruit, all kinds of different breakfast foods, and kids get the opportunity to try those foods. I think that's really important. And the last piece that I think is truly important is our kids need to learn to be socialized with one another in the correct way. And it's really easy to do in their classroom, around their breakfast table. Eating their breakfast, socializing with each other is really an important thing as well. When you have lots of students in here, we're hurrying them to get done, and they just don't have that nice social time that we have when we go out to breakfast with our friends. And so that allows for this too. It is so important that our students get to eat breakfast and here at school, and we appreciate and thank all of you for your part in that. So thank you.